Hello there everyone and welcome to TAL. That means the automotive life, but in short just the letters TAL. This is a VW Polo and I know what you're thinking. This is probably the most commercial, the most normal car that I've ever featured on the channel. Why am I featuring this car? Because, well, I have had numerous complaints from many people, and by many people I mean my dad. And he says, you know what, you're featuring too many cars on the channel that most people can't afford or can't really, come into contact with. So I need to do more legitimate reviews and give more legitimate information on more normal cars that most people can buy. And I need to advise them thoroughly on what to buy and what not to buy. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to try at least. This is the VW Polo. Let's see what we think of it.
So I thought we'd start off by talking a little bit about the engine. You get the Polo Vivo with two engines. You get it with a 1.4 liter and a 1.6 liter. Both naturally aspirated, no turbochargers, which makes me upset. This one here is the 1.4 liter. We'll talk more about it later in the video, but as you can see, nothing really very special. Next, I'm going to move on to the boot space. As you'll see, this boot has more than enough space for all of the fruits of your choices. And fruits make us happy. The interior of this car is not a bad place to sit. Obviously, it's a budget car, but it's not really very complicated. Everything is where you'd expect it to be. It's not too difficult to use. It's reasonably well made. Also, it's got all the features you want, such as Bluetooth, SD card slot, USB, air conditioning, power steering, and it's got a little place for a cup holder that you can insert many things into. The steering wheel is quite basic because this is a basic car, nothing on the steering wheel. It does have electric front windows. However, unfortunately, the back windows are normal wind ups and wind downs. We also get central locking on this car. The lock and unlock buttons are very big because it's very important to lock your car if you drive a Polo. There's decent storage. For example, underneath the steering wheel, there's a little place where you can keep your gun, which you should because you drive a Polo. This car comes with the cloth seats. They are pretty comfortable, very nice to sit in. You can option leather and different trims, but these are the basic cloth seats.
Because this is a 5-door hatchback vehicle, it should be pretty practical. So let's test out the space in the rear. Okay. What do you want me to say? It's pretty good. I mean, it's a small car. If you compare it to a Rolls-Royce Phantom, then no, it's not very comfortable. But if you compare it to being attacked by a bear, then yeah, it's pretty comfortable. I mean, it's decent, it's pretty normal. I'm about 6 foot and I'll survive, I guess. So I'm about to drive the Polo. But before I can actually commence driving it, I have to make sure that my sitting position is in the typical Polo driver fashion, because I want to do this review to the T. Because it's important. So okay, here we go. And okay, I'm ready. We drive the Polo. We talk nice things about it because it is a Polo. Alright. I'm driving one of South Africa's most popular cars and it feels normal, I guess. So why am I making this video? Well, the main purpose of this video is to find out why the Polo Vivo, which this is as popular as it is, because wherever you go, pretty much in South Africa, you find these things all over the place. So people must like them for a specific reason, right? It must be really good to be so popular. Right? Well, this is the Polo Vivo, and the Vivo is actually the one that's very popular because it is the cheaper variant of the Polo. This specific one is a 2017, so it's not brand new. In 2018 you did get a newer shape of this, and if you buy one right now today, as in what's the date, call it April 2019, the base price of one of these, the Trendline 5-door, is about 191,000 rand, and that's actually a good deal because you're buying a brand new car. When you buy it brand new, you get a 3-year warranty. I think it's 120,000 Ks 3-year warranty, and no service plan. That is an optional extra, which is normal, I guess, on these cars. But if you buy a Toyota Etios, you get a maintenance plan and a warranty. How's that? So I'm driving the 1.4 Vivo Trendline. As I said, 1.4 liter 4-cylinder engine, no turbochargers or anything spectacular. The power this thing makes is mad. 63 kilowatt. That's bonkers, and I think that translates to about 85 brake horsepower. So I better be careful when driving this thing. I don't want to overdo it and kill myself. And the Newton meters are about 130-ish also. 0 to 100, VW claim in about 12.2 seconds. And the top speed, to be honest, I'm not even sure. I didn't even search that, but the speedometer shows 220 kilometers an hour. I think probably about 180, 200 kilometers an hour, around there, probably. I mean, Polo drivers get these things to go way faster than that, but for normal people, yeah, I'd say around 180 to 200 kilometers an hour. Consumption, they claim 6.2 liters per 100 Ks on this thing, which is nice. It's light on fuel. The newer shape, they claim 5.9, so should be a little bit lighter, but at the end of the day, it just depends how you drive. 0.3 of a liter consumption difference is not very big in the real world. You pretty much won't even see it. So I mean, it is a good car. It's reliable, it moves nice. Resale value is pretty good on these things. It's a nice car. But if you don't know, we run a used vehicle dealership, so I drive lots of different cars all the time, and I've driven many other small cars, and this does drive nicer than lots of them. For example, the Toyota Etios, it just feels a lot cheaper than this car. I would take this over an Etios, but I don't know why it's so ridiculously popular, because I've driven other small cars, and there are lots of other cars that actually drive nicer than this car that cost about the same. I won't mention brand names, because manufacturers, please contact me so I can speak nice things about your products. But I mean, I think it's just South Africans' mentality. If one person buys something, everyone has to copy him. It's the same thing with Toyota Fortuners, and Toyota Hiluxes. I'm not knocking the product, it's a great product, but you do get other products out there that are just as good, that are just as reliable. The problem is South African mentality. One person buys something, everyone follows them, and that creates something else. It makes the product that's so popular really hold strong in value. So like, for example, these Polos, they hold pretty good value. You will get most of your money back when you try to resell them. But if you buy something like what's not popular in South Africa, let's say you buy a small Peugeot 208, you will not even get half of what you would get back for a Polo. It's ridiculous, because honestly, those cars move just as nice, if not nicer. They cost similar prices, and the thing is, they're just not popular, so you really take a big knock when you try to resell the thing. So that is it's an issue, but besides that, it's a pretty nice car. Like I said, I don't know why it's so popular. I still don't know why it's so popular, because like I said, there's many other cars that can do what this car can, that's just as practical, that moves just as nice, that's about the same price. But I don't know why more people don't buy other products besides these as much. Maybe it's the resale value, maybe it's the mentality, I don't know. That's pretty much the end of the review. Thanks for watching. That's the VW Polo. I guess it's a pretty nice car. Not really very faulted. Also, just take other products more into consideration before you just go and buy a Polo, because you genuinely be surprised at how nice other cars drive. That's pretty much it. Stay tuned for more.